Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, I'm just chilling, hanging out, and I decided I wanted to film something for you guys because I am going to Europe and I need to pre-film. So I've been really focusing on pre-filming, but I haven't been focusing on filming for the week that I am still actively here. So that's good. I don't know when this video is going up this week, but I'm still in America right now. So hello. Candle of the day today is Vanilla Snowflake, a classic. Today I just wanted to talk about, I believe it was Julia do this video, and I thought it was a really fun idea. It was basically like PR that I would buy and PR that I received that I wouldn't buy. I'm in an interesting position right now as a YouTuber where I do get sent a pretty decent amount of PR, but not like so much that it's my entire collection. I'm not on like a ton of PR lists. I'm on a couple, but I get more random PR, if that makes sense. Like it's less being on a list and more like random companies reaching out to send stuff. And I also was a part of a program called Octoly up until a few months ago when I stopped doing it because I hated it, where you could like request products and they would send it to you, but you like had to do a review, and I just like stopped doing that. But today I want to go through products that I would not purchase, nor would I recommend that you purchase. So let's start with products I would recommend. The first thing I really wanted to talk about, the reason I wanted to talk about this was because I just got a massive PR package with all of these, is K-Beauty sheet masks. Okay, this isn't even a fraction of what I just received. I just got the biggest shipment of sheet masks I have ever received in my life. An app called Yes Style, which has a ton of K-Beauty stuff, sent me an email and they were like, do you want to do an affiliate with us? Do you want like, we'll give you this like stipend you can spend and you can get whatever you want from the app, and then we'll send it to you, whatever. So this is my second month doing it. I do have an affiliate code if you want to use it, but you don't have to. They just gave it to me. I don't know if I make money from it or not. I might. Let's just say I do, just to cover myself, and even if I don't, it's fine. But sheet masks. I love sheet masks. I used to buy them all from Wish, because on Wish they were like $1, and they're so fun and moisturizing and amazing. I really like the, where is it? This one. The icing ones I think are so fun. I love the ones in cute packaging. I really just love sheet masks in general. I think they really help moisturize and just give you kind of a glow to you, but also they're just fun. Like they're just relaxing. If I need to have just a me day, this is so relaxing to just throw on a little bamboo sheet mask and like call it a day. So I did want to throw these out there that this is a PR item I would highly rebuy, and probably will continue to use Yes Style for their face masks, because this is, I think a few things in here on both ends of the spectrum are from Yes Style. So yeah, this is definitely something from PR I would buy. 100% love sheet masks. The next thing I got forever ago, this was back in my Octoly days. I did receive Ofra's Rodeo Drive in PR, which is like the most random thing I feel. Like I totally believe and understand how this is so random. It's in like the old packaging. I low-key think that's why they were giving it to people, was because it was in the old packaging and they were just kind of trying to get rid of it. And they figured if they sent it to a bunch of micro influencers, like we would talk about it. It worked. This is literally one of my favorite highlighters of all time to this day. This is one of my favorites. Weirdly enough, I don't really like any of the other Ofra highlighter, I don't like any of them, honestly. Like I really only like Rodeo Drive. I had Pillow Talk and Glaze. Did I just break it? Oh my God. Thank God. I had Pillow Talk and Glazed Donut, and it just wasn't as good. Nothing beats Rodeo Drive for me, in my opinion. So this is, again, something I would 100% purchase that was sent to me in PR. I actually am shocked I haven't hit pan on this. I can tell that I'm very close, especially the center here, because I do use this a ton. It's kind of my go-to gold highlighter. This and like the Amrezy are like my go-to golds, but this one isn't limited edition. It's still in stock. So this is a great highlighter. This was my first ever PR package, and this has actually gone bad, but I still keep it. This is gonna sound really lame. I keep it because this really was my first PR package that I ever received. I received the entire collection of the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealers, and I literally cried when I opened it. Like, that's so embarrassing, but I couldn't believe that I had, like, I was at like, I think like 4,000 subscribers, and I couldn't believe that I had like a legitimate PR package that I had seen like Manny MUA open on his Snapchat stories sitting dying in front of me. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that that happened to me. And it ended up being one of my favorite concealers for like a year. Like, this was all I talked about. It was my favorite concealer. I believe in 2018. This was like a go-to favorite concealer. Absolutely loved this. I'm pretty sure I put it in favorites videos. I really, really loved this concealer. I haven't rebought it yet, but it's always one that I think to rebuy. Like, I'm always like, oh, I should rebuy that because it's really good. It's a really good medium coverage, kind of glowier concealer, which I really liked. It was really good when I was wearing more full coverage foundations and I didn't necessarily need intense coverage on my under eyes. I just wanted to kind of brighten them. And now that I do more like medium coverage foundations, I kind of need a little bit more coverage concealers, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I would get a ton of use out of this product today based on how I do my makeup. However, based on just the formula alone, I would 100% rebuy this. I think it's actually a really dope concealer. Really, really nice. Just going on the concealer train, Revlon actually sent me their Candid concealer and I'm wearing it right now. Actually, I'm wearing it today. I love this concealer. It's so good. It's such a good concealer. I'm looking at my under eyes right. Oh my God, my highlighter is insane today. What did I do? Yikes. I'm sorry if I'm like blinding you. Yikes. I also feel like I look like a teenage boy going through like a phase.
But it's not a phase.
But this is the Revlon Candid Concealer. I really, really like this concealer. It's really good for natural days. It's really good when you don't really want to put on a foundation and you just want to throw on a concealer just to cover some like pimples or cover some under eye stuff. This is really, really good for that. And this is one I'm actually going to rebuy when it runs out. I really enjoyed this. I had the setting powder and the foundation as well. I will say I didn't love the foundation as much as I love the concealer. Like, it's not one I think I'm gonna run out and rebuy, but it wasn't bad. And I hated the Candid powder. I really disliked the Candid powder, but the concealer was a definite win for me. I think it's a really good mix of coverage while also not looking cakey or weird. It just looks very like normal on your face. I don't hate the foundation. I just don't think I would rebuy it, if that makes sense. It wasn't like the most amazing thing ever where I would rebuy that. The next thing I would definitely buy was another actually find. This is from Clarins. This is the Clarins blush in Cheeky Baby. I hate that name. I love this blush. I really do. I don't know what it is about. First of all, I really love the outer packaging. I think the idea of just a really simplistic, I don't know, kind of reminds me of like old school makeup. Like, I feel like this would be from like the 60s or something. I don't know. I like the vibe of it a lot. And I also like the product. It's really long lasting. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. Like, it looks so stunning on the cheeks. The color in particular, perfect color for me. It's so bright and just like a pure pink. I feel like a lot of my pinks are either very neutral or very peachy, whereas this is just like truly, when you think of the color pink, this is, I feel like, the color that I think of. It's a true pink blush, and I really, really enjoy it. And it lasts a really long time. Not a lot of blushes do anymore. The next thing I would definitely rebuy is the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. I would not buy any of the other, they sent me the entire collection of these primers. I would not buy any other primer except for this redness reducer one, the green one that has like a green color correcting to it. This is like a holy grail status product for me. I don't talk about it nearly enough. This is like my first step of my day almost every day. I do a tiny little dab and I kind of dot it on my face and then I rub it in. It reduces the redness in my cheeks so much. It's insane how much this helps with redness in my cheeks, especially on days where I'm not wearing a lot of foundation, because some days I don't want to, most days, I don't really want to cake on foundation just to cover my redness in my cheeks. So I use this, and this definitely helps, being somewhat of a color corrector, but I feel like color correctors can sometimes mess with like your texture on your face. Maybe I've only ever used bad ones, but I've used a couple color correctors and they always like mess with the texture on my face. Whereas this goes on like a primer, so it really blends in and buffs into your face, but it still gives you that kind of cast to correct redness. I think this is amazing. I 10 out of 10 have always recommended this because I think it's such a good primer. Again, I really did not like any other primer from that collection. I thought the whole collection was not great comparatively, but this one 100% would recommend. I thought this one was great. The final thing I want to talk about is also from Yes Style. This has been one of my favorite things lately to use. I've been getting more into cream products. I think Samantha Ravndal is just changing my life. But this is the I'm Meme Contour Stick. This is the only shade that they have in the bronze. They have other shades that are blushes. It just goes on so well, and it's very easy to blend out. My biggest gripe, which you'll see soon with one of the other products I'm going to talk about, my biggest gripe with cream products is that sometimes they're really difficult to blend out and they look like patchy or streaky. This is very easy to apply where I would normally apply bronzer, and then it blends out with like a brush or a sponge super, super, super well into just like a nice normal looking bronze. It's not too orange. It's a very neutral color, which is really helpful. It's very easy to blend. It doesn't look too like streaky or chalky. There's no harsh lines. There's no dots where I put it where it doesn't blend out fully. This blends out so easy. It's so creamy and I really, really, really like it. Like this is probably one of my favorite things that I got from YesStyle, just simply because I love how easily it blends out. And I want to find more products like this, but I believe this was like $5. So I'm like, why would I? Okay, let's talk about products I wouldn't buy. Now, I do want to talk about these, but this is no shade to the brand. I love Kaleidos as a brand. I think they're absolutely fantastic. However, I got these two things, and also I will say they are amazing at asking you ahead of time if you actually want the PR that they're going to send to you. They'll send you a picture of like whatever colors it is, and they'll be like, do you want this, right? So like whenever they send lipsticks, they send you the colors first and they're like, would you wear these so as not to be wasteful and send it a package that somebody's never going to use? And I love that. I think that's a great idea. And they're very on it. They're like totally fine if you say no, which I love. And I love being on Kaleidos's PR list because I truly feel like they're such a cool brand. However, I did get the entire Space Age highlighter set, and these are two shades that I would just never ever buy. And it's not even because I think they're like bad. I don't think they're great for lighter skin tones. These are basically green and blue duochrome highlighters. And they're honestly like, they're cool, they're pretty and everything. These are just never something that I would personally wear. I don't love duochrome highlighters. I like duochrome eyeshadows, but duochrome highlighters are not my favorite. And I also kind of wish if they were going to do a blue and a green, I think it would have been a really cool opportunity to make them deep. Like these, you can see they're still kind of like more metallic-y and frosty and icy. They look casty on my skin just because of the color. But I think had they taken the opportunity to make these like very, very deep, they could have worked beautifully as green and blue highlighters for very deep skin tone, because had they just made these a hint less like frosty, I think these could have been fantastic for people with deeper skin tones. As it stands, I find it leaves a weird cast because of the color on my skin tone. Again, I know my friend Lacey really likes to wear these. She figures it out, like she makes it work. But for me, it's just not my favorite thing. And while I love other colors from this collection, like I love the yellow highlighter, that one I would totally buy. I don't think I would ever buy the green and the blue highlighters. They just don't work for my skin tone. And also I think it was kind of a missed opportunity for the brand. This is the Moonshot Cushion foundation in 101. This is a K-Beauty brand. I don't hate this. I think K-Beauty is really interesting. Well, first of all, I think if you're gonna talk about K-Beauty, you really have to understand what its purpose is, because K-Beauty is very different from how like American beauty gurus do their makeup. K-Beauty is all about like enhancing, and it's not really supposed to be about like taking on layers. So this is incredibly light coverage, which makes sense for what it is. And I will say this, while it is light coverage, it's very strange because it is light coverage, but when I put it on, I do feel like I have a little bit of cakiness to me still. It makes my skin kind of look more like I have a lot of pores and I have a lot of texture. It really emphasizes my texture, which I have another cushion foundation from YesStyle that I got that I absolutely love because it does give a light coverage, but it's not like that. It gives me like almost like an Instagram filter, whereas this is like you gave me like the old person filter, like the old man filter on that face app thing. That's what my face looks like when I put this on. It just makes me look very much like I have a lot of pores. I have a lot of like skin texture going on, when in reality, I really don't. And I've tried this with different primers to see if it's just like the primers I use. It's not. I've used this quite a bit, and I think it's just the formula of this does not mix well with my particular skin. So for that reason, I would not rebuy this because I don't think it works for me. And I think if you have any sort of like texture, this probably won't work for you either. Okay, this is a Laura Mercier highlighter. This is in the shade Indiscretion, and it looks like this. Had you asked me when they told me they were gonna send this to me if I would have bought this on my own, I would have said absolutely. Knowing what I know now about the product, I think this is a massive, not waste of money, but I think you're buying it because it looks pretty. I have a lot of highlighters, and I will say, like, yes, this one's like pretty, it's gold, whatever. whatever. This is nothing special and it's very expensive. I think if you're gonna buy a really expensive highlighter like this, I would recommend something like the Natasha Denona Super Glows. I would recommend even like some of the Pat McGrath highlighters are really, really beautiful. Dior has some really pretty highlighters. If you're gonna buy something just for the sake of it having this really beautiful like satiny sort of look to it, I would say don't buy this, because I think the reason I wanted this so bad and the reason I was so excited when they said they would send it to me was because of how satiny and beautiful it looked. Like the embossing on the pan is so entrancing and beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's a very average highlighter. It's kind of a weird situation where it's like one of those things where I'm just like, meh. Sometimes makeup I just don't have strong opinions on. I don't hate this highlighter. Like I'll still use it sometimes. I definitely don't think had I bought this I would have gotten my money's worth out of it, and I definitely will not miss this when I eventually either like use up more of it or declutter it. Next, Laneige. Laneige sent me their lavender water sleep cream, and I said I didn't like this in a video, and a lot of you guys were like, oh my god, give it more of a chance, give it more time. I love it. People told me how to use it. They were like, you put it on top of all your other skincare to like seal in your skincare. That's how you're supposed to use it. People were like, you got to give it another go. It's the best thing ever. It's so moisturizing. Like, oh my god. So I did. I used it for like a month and I put it over my skin, all my skincare for a month, and I used it as directed. I did everything I was supposed to. It just doesn't really work for me. It doesn't leave my skin feeling any soft. This was forever ago that I was using this. I think it was like 2 months ago I was trying this out, and I meant to like report back to you guys. I was gonna do a video about like kind of like products I had to work for part 2, and this was gonna be in it, but I decided to just throw it in here because I did get this in PR. I just didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I just really don't think it does anything. I think it is a little bit of hype for me personally. And again, I think skincare is really, really personalized to you as a person. So maybe this would work amazing for you. For me, there's just no noticeable difference in my skin using this versus not using this. There was no difference. Okay, this I also got from Yes Style. This is the Etude House Dear Darling Water Tint. Trash. I've used this a couple times. I've really tried to figure out how to work with this. It's like a skin tint basically. And I did get another skin tint that looks like a vial of blood from the brand, and I really like it. This skin tint, however, sucks. I put it on and it's just impossible to blend out. Wherever you put it, that's exactly where it's staying, and it's not gonna blend out. It looks so splotchy when applied to my cheeks and my nose. So splotchy. I have a tutorial Tuesday that was my Natasha Denona like love palette video. I don't know if that'll be up yet or not. It should be up soon if it's not up already. And you can see in the footage like dots on my nose from where I like dotted this on and tried to rub it in, and I would dot it on and immediately go to do it, and it wasn't quick enough. It dries so fast, and wherever you put it is where it stays, and it has a really, really difficult time of blending out, which I found very frustrating because I know that that's not how skin tints are supposed to be. I know they're supposed to blend out a lot easier than this. I have ones that blend out a lot easier that I'll dot on or rub on, and it's very easy to just kind of blend out and build up. This one, not good. When they say it's like a tint, they mean it's like a stain, and wherever you put it on your skin is permanently going to be red like this. So finally, these are lashes from Flutter Lashes. Flutter sent me a ton of lashes, a ton. And here's the thing, I won't rebuy these, and it's really just because I think that these lashes are for a very specific type of person, and that person is not me. I want to be the girl that wears fake lashes and transforms her whole face by putting them on. However, I just feel like I look awful. That's really what it comes down to. Does anybody else just feel like they look awful in fake lashes? I feel like I look so bad, and these don't look that big in the packaging, but then when you put them on, they touch your eyebrows. How do people wear lashes that touch their eyebrows? How do you blink comfortably all day? This is a separate rant, but how do you blink comfortably all day with eyelashes touching your brows? Like, I don't understand. I have a lot of space between my, like, here to here. That's a decent chunk. I would say that's about 1.5 inches. That's way too big for lashes, and every single pair they sent me is like that. They're huge. So if you love huge, gaudy lashes that are like amazing and everything, sure, these probably are great for you. But if you wanted a natural lash, I'm pretty sure I have everything Flutter has to offer, and they don't have a lash for you. And unfortunately, I am that girl. So I'm probably gonna donate most of these because I did only use a few, and then I I kind of eyeballed the other ones and was like, this is not gonna work for me. So I'm probably gonna end up donating those Flutter lashes. It was very nice of them to send it to me, but I'm such a natural eyelash girl that I just like couldn't do it. So yeah, that is PR that I would and wouldn't buy. Thought this was kind of a fun, interesting video. What is some like stuff that you see in PR that you're like, oh, I wish I could get that, or some stuff you think is stupid and you wish you wouldn't get? Let me know down below. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, which I do have new Editing Hannah merch, my social media and everything I'm wearing on my face, which is literally not a lot, will be linked down below, along with a link to register to vote. That's right, you can click on that link, you can register to vote, and you can be part of your democracy. It's like super fun and fresh and awesome, and everyone's doing it nowadays. And if you're not from the United States and like does not apply to you, please make sure you're staying informed on what's going on in your part of the world. Make sure you're using your voice in a positive way if you can, because the world absolutely needs more of that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!